Lisi the High Priestess, and you can find me on Lisi the High Priestess on TikTok. You can press like, subscribe, notification. I like to tell unique stories. They will not resonate with everyone because it's like a story. It's like my own little movie. All right. I had to take off the comments because I don't want anybody like steering me away. I'll answer that later. Do you know there have been sightings of the Mothman and there have been sightings of Bigfoot? Just putting that out there. All right, what does the card say? The card says the Hermit. Okay, so someone's seeing the aliens. I was telling you guys about the aliens yesterday. Guys, maybe I'll go into it a little bit different, but alien species tend to look like reptiles, amphibians, they're shapeshifters. Also, someone's trying to ground themselves. I don't see anybody taking any psychedelics, but I do see someone in deep meditation. The Princess of Pentacles, the Hermit, and the Eight of Cups. I feel like someone is barely learning how to meditate, teleport, or telepathically converse with somebody else, or sending somebody telepathic energy. You do know that they say that aliens can telepathically read your thoughts, right? Okay, the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups could be a lot of confusion. Also, someone's trying to figure out if what they're hearing is their actual voice or is it voices in my head. Because it goes from the Seven of Cups to the Eight of Cups, the Hermit and the Princess of Pentacles. And someone is taking their time before they react. When they hear these voices in their head that may cause confusion. Because it goes from 7, 8, 9. Because look, in the head, even though it's the Hermit card, it's a 9 up there. 7, 8, 9. Here's another 7. I got the Chariot card. Right? Before I make decisions on the things that I'm about to do, I need to be able to prove that what I'm thinking is true. So I'm going to tell you guys a little story that I heard on TikTok. It was about these people who are into paranormal activity, and they were investigating a town with a woman that supposedly did work with a certain entity, which is supposed to be like a sacred entity. And a lot of things, all of them were gifted. They were mediums or had some kind of sort of gift. And so they were on their way to investigate this anomaly or whatever it was. And it turned out that one of the mediums, this certain medium specifically said that before he goes anywhere to go check out anything, he always sits down and starts to channel. Because you don't know if your body's ready to deal with some of the things that happened. And so he meditated about it for a while, and his spirit told him not to go. And he's telling all the other people, like, look, something's telling me not to go. There's going to be a car accident. They're like, no, let's go, let's investigate this. Okay, so they go. And there was a car accident. A couple of lives were taken during the car accident. People of that village got into a car accident. They still decided to go. So while they're going, right, they end up in that home because there was a lot of disappearances going on in this certain town, dismemberments, and where this lady who supposedly talks to the holiest of the holiest. Anyways, they make it there. They didn't know that they were standing next to that certain individual's house. And they look in through a window and they see the lady eating off the chicken's head. Yeah. And then she turns around and looks at them. They said they started to run. They didn't even know where they were going. They were all running. And the guy was just saying that his experience with people who say that they're gifted, he always doubts it because of that certain situation. He says that he always pays attention to his own intuition, because even though somebody is saying that they're godly and they're with the saints and they caught the Holy Ghost or whatnot, behind closed doors, there's some shit you can't fucking explain. So sometimes I say, when you feel it in your spirit that some shit ain't right, get the fuck out. Cults are real, guys. I'm not telling you this because they're not real. I'm telling you this because there are documentaries on documentaries. There is people in jail behind cults. Once they escape it and hit reality, they realize, shit, this motherfucker was taking me down a rabbit hole. Someone's in their car and they're moving fast. Someone's really pissed off with the 5 of Cups. Someone's not accepting any phone calls right now, the 4 of Cups. Also, someone's leaving immediately, the Prince of Cups. I don't know. Someone's going to pretend like they didn't see something and never come back again. But that's how the situation was. Sometimes when you see some shit you can't unsee, all you want to do is run away, hoping that it can be erased out of your memory. How do I erase it? How do I erase it? Drinking isn't going to help with it. Drinking's going to make it worse. So I can't drink. 6 of Pentacles. I can share this information to somebody. I can make, because someone's like, they're really making a living off of the shit that they're doing. Now, this story that I heard, it's not here. It's, in the third world country. And you hear these things from third world countries and you never believe that it can happen here. But it can. I will highly recommend anybody that's traveling to understand the locations that they're at and at what time they're traveling. I don't wish this on anybody, but I'm telling you this because you need to be aware of where you're at. I don't give a damn if you think we're in changed times. Shit just isn't on the news like that. That's all. That's all. It's not out there like that. That's the only fucking difference. Always do your homework where you're traveling at. Always do your homework. Because there's people that know those lands. They know where the back roads are at. They know, and never take a shortcut that you don't know, you've never gone through ever. If it wasn't shown to you by a person, don't go through shortcuts. And I will tell you that through experience. I've gotten lost before, and I didn't know if I didn't know, and I was by myself. Especially if you're by yourself. Don't think that, that things can't happen. It can happen to anyone. I also feel like I'm talking to a police officer right here. Someone is, I feel like a police officer right here is going to see something very, very alarming. Usually things like this, they don't come out on the news. And don't ask me how I know. I know. I'm telling you, I've lived my life. I have gone through a lot of experiences. I'll tell you right now, whatever the fuck is going on here, the news ain't going to hear about it. With the 4 of Cups, because I got the 4 of Cups right here. The news, look, here's the 4 of Cups. The news, you're not going to hear it from the main news. This will not be in the main news. Whatever this little thing is going on, you have to be inside of this village or the moon card. Yeah. It's something that only that village knows about, and they keep it secret. I also feel like there's someone going undercover. And I'm going to tell you again. Even if you are going undercover, don't go anywhere without what you need, if you understand me. You know what I'm saying? If you're a police officer, you understand what I'm telling you, right? Don't be going nowhere without anything. And then, because this village is, sometimes these people take control of everyone in the village and they have them all threatened. So you got to read between the lines and don't ever go nowhere. Just always act like you're going to be under attack, but play it cool. The Empress and the King of Pentacles. Somebody's wife is going to tell you something with the Two of Swords and the Six of Pentacles. But it has to be, if this person helps you out, you have to get him out of the town. Or there has to be some kind of contract that says, you know, they will be excluded of any charges or anything like that. Someone's hesitant, Prince of Pentacles, but they're going to take you on a ride. The Three of Wands and the Six of Wands. They're only going to take you once. There's not going to be anybody there, but they're going to tell you at a certain time, certain people are going to be there at that time. Certain people are going to be there at that time. And you can go when that happens. And I know somebody right here is probably saying, I don't know, this kind of shit, you better just stay the fuck out of it, because this is kind of a delicate thing. Did I just not talk about a town where a woman was eating the head of a rooster? So I don't want to hear none of that shit. Oh, she's snitching or anything like that. Baby, you don't know what the fuck this is. Because this isn't something that is like, this is not normal. This is not your normal crimes. This is something very sinister. The Princess of Swords, somebody is going to see what they're doing. They're putting something in the cup. Look, there's a ceremony going on. And you see these swords? Anyways, whatever you're going to see, you're going to be able to find the corpse, the body. There's the body, there's the corpse. You're going to have to go back and get somebody. You can't do nothing about it right then and there. You have to go and get somebody. There has to be at least 4 people with you before you go into this certain place, because I believe someone's about to sneak up into a cult. And this is a story of a police officer or someone in blue going to arrest someone in the cult.